I drink. Don't act like you know me if you don't know my team. That's how it goes, man. Thinks, please don't mind me. It is as if my whole life I dream. Winning is all I do, I think. Magic tricks, man, I roll up my sleeves. What you talking about, sleep? I stay up and get things done. I be like, ready, get me some. You couldn't prevent me from taking the lead in this league. I got stripes and stripes, striking best not hide your eyes. I'll just a whole dynamite, let it ignite inside and still be able to remind them why. It's Spud Kingdom, Spud Kingdom, Spud Kingdom, Spud Kingdom, Spud Kingdom, Spud Kingdom, Spud. Any day, any night, on site, alright, let's go.
Hey, welcome Spud Kingdom to this week's episode, and thank you very much for tuning in once again. I really appreciate you guys. We got a lot to cover as far as this weekend. We had 3 games, 3 big games this last weekend. We also got the usuals, like Player of the Week, 3 stars, trivia, and all that good stuff. We got 2 weeks of Player of the Week this week because they were a week behind due to the All-Star game. So we'll cover both of those Player of the Weeks that we are behind on, and we'll be all caught up on that. And yeah, so with that being all said, once again, let's just get straight to the action because we got 3 games to cover. Now, the first game, not much action, so there isn't really much to talk about, but there is still 3 games to cover. So let's get going with that. Game 1 was Friday, February 7th, 2025 at the MAC versus the hated and dreaded Ogden Mustangs. This night would be all about the goalies, though. Birkins for Ogden and our boy Charlie the Wall Durkin. Both of them all-stars. They're facing off against each other. I think this is the first time they met since the all-star break. So first period would have a lot of shots for Ogden. Ogden had 15 shots on goal, but Kings had 7. Durkin would get quite the workout to start the game, but he would stop all those goals, or all those shot attempts anyway. There was no goals. So no goals in the first period at all. So it would be 0-0 for both teams. It would end in a tie. Period 2, we would see 1 goal at least, but a lot of the same, man. These 2 goalies just battling it out. Ogden had 7 shots on goal. The Spud Kings had 10 this time around. The goalie contest would continue, like I was mentioning, until 16 minutes and 42 seconds when the Flying Finn, Jonathan Radikainen, gets his 9th goal of the year, and he was assisted by DJ the Beast McLeish for his 19th and Bronson Sable for his 12th. This was a power play goal, and it would be all that Durkin would need, and as the period would end, 1-0 Spud King. Third period would be another shutdown period as Ogden would get 10 shots on goal. Spud Kings had 8, but once again, nothing would get past either goalies. So no goals by either team in the period, and the game would end 1-0 Spud Kings. So the Spud Kings win the first game against Ogden on the weekend, which was awesome. You got us a little bit bigger of a lead, picked up the 2 points. Durkin would stop all 32 shots faced. He picks up his 22nd win on the season, and the Spud Kings would go 1 for 4 on the power play and gain 2 points in the standings, which is awesome. Gives us a little bit of a break there. So game 2 would be the very next night, Saturday, February 18th, 2025 versus Rock Springs Grizzlies. Now, this is taking place not in Rock Springs, but it took place in Colorado at the new home, I believe, of Rock Springs. So this would be what a game this would be by the Spud Kings. They would outshoot the Grizzlies by more than double in the entire game, which was stupendous because it's been a while since we've been able to do that. And I feel like they're finally starting to click with all these new additions. Everybody's clicking real good, so it's going real good. First period would be just the beginning of a long night for Rock Springs, though. Rock Springs had 10 shots on goal, and the Spud Kings had 20 to start the game. And oh boy, would it show. Spud Kings would get 4 goals in the period. First one was at 7 minutes, 28 seconds. Tyler Atchison would get his sixth goal on the year, and he was assisted by Bookie Warshaw for his 15th, and the newcomer Carter Davis to his first with the team. Welcome to the team, Carter. I don't know if you guys noticed, but every time we pick up the new edition, they contribute immediately, and it is awesome. I didn't even know we had Carter until I started watching the game, and I was messaging with one of you members of the kingdom, and I was like, "Looks like we got a new guy there." And they were like, "Yeah, I was just trying to check that out." I couldn't find out where Carter came from. I searched everywhere. I couldn't find him on any of the Mountain teams' rosters to begin the year or anything like that. So I'm not exactly sure where Carter came from, but we're happy to have him. And didn't I tell you though that I was feeling that Tyler Atchison was starting to heat up? I mean, this this is 2 games in a row for the man. So the next game, the next goal would come at 12 minutes, 44 seconds when Easy Easton Edwards would get his 19th goal on the year, and he was assisted by Will Strickland for his 12th and his tag team partner Andrew Schmidt for his 24th on the year. Now, I have been debating on a nickname for Schmitty, um, and the best thing I could come up with it just because he's big, he's blonde, and his looks and everything, and he's always bringing the hammer. I'm thinking Thor. What do you guys think? I'm thinking Thor right now. You guys tell me how you feel about it. I'm gonna roll with it for this episode right now, and then you guys tell me how you feel. But a few seconds later, at 13 minutes, 11 seconds, Owen Beyer would get his third on the year, and he was assisted by Bronson Stable for his 13th and Will Donovan for his 12th. A little over 3 minutes later, Thor Andrew Schmidt would get his 24th on the year, and would get in the goal column finally, and he assisted by Leo Mantenuto for his 7th, and Tim the Hitman him for his 10th assist on the year. And the period would end 4-0 Spud King. So way to come out firing. Lots of goals to start out the game, lots of shots on goal. I'm loving the way this is looking. The second period would be much of the same. Rock Springs had 12 shots on goal, and the Spud Kings had 23. Scoring would start fast in the second. Spud Kings go on the power play at 1 minute and 4 seconds. Thanks to Bravery Esplin, they would get called for hooking. So it would only take 12 seconds for the Spud Kings to capitalize. And at 1 minute, 16 seconds, Sammy Grimaldi would get his 9th on the year. And he was assisted by Tim Kim. There he is again for his 11th and Ryan Rothke for his 7th. 2 minutes later, at 3 minutes, 16 seconds, that's right, I said 3:16. And Ronnie 3:16 says, I just scored on your, well, you know the rest, guys. Well, he would get his 7th on the year, and he was assisted by Max Van Singergraff for his 11th and Michael Hillock for his 2nd. A little over 6 minutes later, Grimaldi would strike again. At 9 minutes, 38 seconds, he would get his 10th on the year, and he was assisted by Easy Easton Edwards for his 27th and Carter Davis for his 2nd of the game assistant and his 2nd with the team. And then a little over 5 minutes later, at 14 minutes, 48 seconds, Easton Edwards would get his 2nd of the game and 20th on the year, and he was assisted by his tag team partner, Thor Andrew Schmidt for his 25th and Bronson Sable for his 14th. A minute later, at 15 minutes, 56 seconds, the Grizzlies would finally get on the board as Casey Contreras Chicani would get his 2nd of the year. The period would end 8-1 Spud King. What a number that is. 8-1. I mean, I wish I could have been in person for this game, but it was on the road. It was in Colorado. I can't even go to home games right now. So, but it would have been a nice one to go to. It sounded like we had some Spud Kings in the crowd though. some of you members of the kingdom because I did hear some cheers when we were getting some of these goals. So nice of you guys to show up and show out for the team. Third period, Spud Kings would continue to dominate. Rock Springs would have 8 shots on goal, and the Spud Kings would have 20. Scoring wouldn't be as fast, but there was still scoring. And at 7 minutes, 34 seconds, my dude, Bookie Warshaw, he would get his 5th on the year, and he was assisted by Will Donovan for his 13th, and Carter Davis once again for his 3rd with the team. The Grizzlies would be able to get another one at 15 minutes, 2 seconds. Spencer Foster would get one past Bev for his 3rd on the year. So they were able to capitalize a little bit in that period. Little, little too late because the Spud Kings would strike one more time before the game ended. And at 19 minutes, 15 seconds, Bookie gets the 2nd of the game and his 6th of the year. He was assisted on the play by that man, Tyler Atchison, for his 9th, and Will Donovan once again making his name in the assist column for his 14th. The period and the game would end 10-2. Spud Kings win. Big win for the Spud Kings. Say Bev was, let's see, go back. Big win for the Spud Kings. Bev was stopped 28 out of 30 shots for a .933 save percentage, so outstanding. Spud Kings get 2 more big points as Ogden would lose Utah 2-1. So that was a big night for us, guys. So that being said, we got a little bit of a lead, and we're going into Sunday where Utah has the day off, and we're playing these same Rock Springs Grizzlies. So let's see how that would go. Game 3, Sunday, February 9th, 2025. Also versus Rock Springs in Colorado. This game would be all about Sammy Grimaldi and Charlie the Wall Durkin. First period would start with some action, a little bit anyway. I mean, there was action. Let's say there was action. We'll get to it. Rock Springs had 9 shots on goal, and the Spud Kings had 10. And the action that would start would come from former Spud King, kind of turning villain when we play these guys, Charlie Cranglin. CK tripped Sammy Grimaldi from behind at 5 minutes and 52 seconds, and this would give Sammy Grimaldi the penalty shot, which he did convert, by the way, for his 11th goal on the year, and this would start another big day for Grimaldi. So the period would end 1-0 because that's all the action we would see. Spud Kings would be in the lead thanks to Grimaldi's penalty shot. Thank you, CK, for causing that. Appreciate you guys. Still part of the team. Appreciate it, man. So period 2, more Grimaldi. What can I say? Rock Springs had 6 shots on goal. Spud Kings had 14. And at 2 minutes, 38 seconds, Edlin would pick up a roughing penalty, or excuse me, 7 minutes, 38 seconds, would pick up a roughing penalty and put the Spud Kings on the power play. And at 9 minutes, 20 seconds, Sammy Grimaldi strikes again. And this time on the power play for his 2nd of the day and his 12th on the year. And he was assisted by Tim the Hitman Kim and Lucas Ronner for his 17th on the year. 5 minutes later, at 14 minutes, 31 seconds, Sammy Grimaldi would complete the hat trick with his 13th on the year, and he was assisted by Willow Donovan for his 11th and Carter Davis for his 4th. So his period would end 3-0 Spud Kings, so we got a nice cushy lead there going into the 3rd. And the 3rd would be all about Durkin's shutout streak finally ending. His streak was 262 minutes and 3 seconds of actual game time. Thanks, Brian Colson, for doing the math, man, and sending that stat to me. I really appreciate it because that's outstanding, guys. That's a lot of time. That's quite a bit of time without anybody scoring on him. Because technically, the shutout streak started in a game that he only allowed 1 goal, but he allowed it early in the 1st, and then this one, it came in the third period. So at 50 seconds into the period, former Spud King Tristan Azleton would get his first and the Grizzlies' first of the game. Most of the period would stall out though after that. Um, that was basically most of the action until 19 minutes, 21 seconds. Max von Kleingraf gets the empty netter for his seventh of the year. And he was assisted by Lucas Ronner for 18th on the year and Ronnie 316 Wade for his 14th of the year. Um, the period and the game ends 4-1 Spud Kings. Grimaldi gets the hat trick. The Wall would stop 21 out of 22 shots for a 955 save percentage and his 23rd win on the season. Man, what a good weekend for us. So, um, after all that, let's get to where we stand. So the Spud Kings go 3-0 on the weekend, picking up 6 points and are now first with 65 points, leading Ogden by 8 points and only 3 points from the number one overall speed in the NCDC. So these boys have been doing some work lately. And luckily for us, for the Spud Kings and us at the Spud Kingdom, the top teams that are right there with us, they haven't been doing their part. So we're creeping in there. We're about to get up in there. So, with that being said, let's start about some stats. Let's get to the stats. Andrew Schmidt, Thor, still first on the team with 49 points and third in the NCDC. Um, so he's still killing it. Easton Edwards is second on the team, and he's only 2 points behind him with 47, and he's sixth in the NCDC. A goal scoring leader is also Mr. Thor, Andrew Schmidt, with 24 goals and second in the NCDC now. And Easton is also second on the team with goals. He's got 20, and he is tied for ninth in the NCDC. Easton, though, he leads the team in assists with 27 and is tied for 10th in the NCDC. Thor is second on the team with 25 and is tied for 17th in the NCDC. So with the stats being said for the week, and we've went through all the highlights and everything, so let's get to the 3 stars of the week. I had a couple honorable mentions because I had a really tough time on deciding on my 3rd star. First honorable mention, though, was newcomer Carter Davis. He had 4 assists in his debut with the team. So welcome to the team, Carter. Contributing early. We love that. I almost put you at my 3rd star. If you would have got maybe 1 goal, I probably would have snuck you in there. And then I kind of had a 3rd first. So my other honorable mention, because it was kind of tied for 3rd, is Easton Edwards, because he had 2 goals and 1 assist on the weekend. He put it out there, but I had to give the nod to my dude, Bookie Warshaw, for my 3rd star of the week. He also had 2 goals and 1 assist, but man, he's been putting in a lot of work, and he's been getting so close in all of these games with his shot attempts. It was only bound to happen for a few of them to finally start sinking. So I gave the nod to my dude, Bookie. He's my 3rd star of the week. My 2nd star of the week was Charlie the Wall Durkin. He had 2 wins, and he only gave up 1 goal in the 2 games that he played. He had a 982 save percentage, and he's still climbing as one of the tops, if not the top goaltender in all of the NCDC. Got 23 wins on the year. So let's give it up for our man, Charlie the Wall Durkin, as my 2nd star. 1st star, I don't think this should be any surprise, but it's the man of the weekend, the guy with the hat trick, Sammy Grimaldi. He had 5 goals on the weekend, including the hat trick on Sunday, which was his 2nd hat trick on the season. Now, normally I would record the hat trick goals and play them for you guys. I did not do that this week because they were playing in Rock Springs and it just wasn't as exciting. So, unfortunately, I don't have audio of that, but let's give some props to our man for having a huge weekend and get 5 goals and the hat trick. Give it up for Sammy Grimaldi. And now we go from our 3 stars to the players of the week. So we're behind a week. So last week's players of the week were Easy Easton Edwards and DJ the Beast McLeish. So that was from the previous week's games. Now, from this last weekend's games, and for this week's player of the week, they only picked one from our team, but he was well deserved. He was my first star of the week, the man of the weekend. I don't know, maybe should we call him the Italian stallion? Sammy Grimaldi. Give it up one more time for Sammy Grimaldi, player of the week. All right, so a little bit of fun time now. Hockey trivia. So last week's question was, in what city is the NHL's Hall of Fame located? I mentioned on the episode that the city, Cooperstown is where baseball is. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is in Cleveland. Canton, Ohio is where the NFL Hall of Fame. So I was asking, where is the NHL Hall of Fame? And I did have a couple responses. I had a few. Few of you've won recently, so I didn't even spin the wheel this week. I just let the one guy that answered correctly that hasn't won recently win, and that is Jordan Astley. And he answered Toronto, Ontario, Canada, which is correct. That is where the Hockey Hall of Fame is. So thanks, my man Jordan. Two-way Mafia represent. That's my boy. So congrats to you, Jordan. I got 2 free pizzas for you here. If you can't come pick them up, I'll send them with Jimmy or something. But get at me, I'll get you. So this week's question is, what year was the NHL founded? So hit at me. I'm gonna post this one literally when I put the episode live. I'm not gonna wait this week. Sorry, I forgot last week. Um, had some things come up. It was a really, really busy and really bad weekend for me, so I didn't able to get the question posted in time. But I will post this one immediately after this episode goes live. So, what year was the NHL founded? All right, and then I did have a hockey rule for the week. Um, and like I said before, we kind of ran out of rules, so now I'm just kind of getting some of the logistics and some of the I guess regulations of hockey. So this week's rule, because it happened in one of the games this weekend, was the penalty shot. And then a penalty shot happens if a player is fouled while having a clear path at a goal. The fouled player gets a one-on-one shot versus the goalie. So that's why Sammy Grimaldi got the penalty shot on Sunday. He was fouled when he had a clear path. It was like basically a breakaway opportunity, and he got hooked the trip. Um, and so he got the opportunity to go one-on-one with the goalie as the reward of that. So that is what a penalty shot is, and that's why we saw one on Sunday. So penalty shot, once again, for the hockey rule of the week, is if a player is fouled while having a clear path at a goal, the fouled player gets a one-on-one shot versus the goalie. And with that being said, guys, I mean, let's recap it. So we got 3 big wins, still in first place. We got an 8-point lead on Ogden right now. It's awesome. We're only 3, 2 or 3 points away from the number 1 overall seed. My 3 stars this week: Bookie Warshaw, Charlie the Wall Durkin, and the Italian stallion Sammy Grimaldi. Trivia winner Jordan Astley. Congrats, my dude. Welcome. We also welcome Carter Davis to the team. New addition. Kicked some butt this weekend, contributed with 4 assists. This weekend, we are on the road versus Pueblo Friday and Saturday. So if you can, watch on Flow Hockey, watch these games, cheer on these boys. If you can go down to Pueblo, by all means, go cheer on them live. But I'll be watching here for at home. I'll be on Flow Hockey watching these boys. So get at me, talk to me. I love conversate with you guys online. I love when I get messages from people. It's awesome. I like that you guys are participating now. Thank you, thank you, thank you for always tuning in and always being part of the kingdom. I can't do this without you. We are the Spud Kingdom. And as always, go Spud King.
K-I-N-G, kings, meaning we seen things. And without a cheat sheet, a walking beast, no wanting peace until I'm knee deep in the rewards I need to retrieve. Keep the receipt once I receive what I work for, but never relieve. Better watch out, if you don't move, get ready to fall down. If you don't root for my son, I'm not proud. Like what you talking about, I'll pop out, even if it's hard out. Somebody let the dogs out, like they're coming for the dog out before being brought out. Whoa, they might need to keep me locked out because I will stomp in my stomping grounds till it's known this is Spud Kingdom, Spud Kingdom, Spud Kingdom, Spud Kingdom, Spud Kingdom, Spud. Any day, any night on site, alright, let's go. Spud Kingdom, Spud Kingdom, Spud Kingdom, Spud Kingdom, Spud Kingdom, Spud Kingdom, Spud. Any day, any night on site, alright, let's go.